I must say, who doesn't like grilled cheese? I grew up on grilled cheese, and you know, being a vegan, it is hard to find good cheese that tastes like cheese, and I've run into some bad cheeses in my time. There are some cheeses out there that taste like plastic, but I happened to stumble across this particular cheese made by Esti, plant-based American. Believe me, it smells like American cheese and it melts like American cheese. Only problem that it really breaks apart. You know, it doesn't hold its form, as you can see. But when it melts, that's where the real magic begins. Grilled cheese the old-fashioned way. So, let's get started. So you would need Earth Balance vegan butter and SD plant-based American cheese and your dairy-free potato bread. And when you shop for bread, make sure it doesn't contain whey or any sort of dairy or eggs when we're looking for a particular bread. Alright, so before we get started, we're going to take our American cheese and just do it. You have to be very careful because it actually breaks apart. Alright, so I'm going to just kind of put a couple layers like that. You can use 2 or 3, but in this case I'm going to use 3, and you can see how it breaks apart. So you have to be very careful. Alright, so, and I'm just going to put it on top like that. Now it is ready to go to the frying pan. First we'll set our fire down low. Okay, then we're going to put it here. Then we have our Earth Balance butter. Okay. And we're going to give it a nice coat. Then it's going to add our pan. What I like to do is put the lid on top so that the internal part of the bread raises its temperature and it begins to melt the cheese from the inside. And when you're setting, if you're on low, so that it cooks nice and slow and toasts nice and even. After about a few minutes, I'm going to check to make sure that the underside is nice and evenly toasted. So you want to see that nice and it's ready to be flipped. So, and before we do, we want to make sure we add additional butter on the other side. Just hold it. And you can also put the other side like so. Alright. Then we're gonna flip it over. Get that nice, even color. Okay? And the objective is not to cook it real fast. And you want to cook it nice and slow. The slower you cook it, the better. Alright. So we want to melt that goodness in the cheese between the bread. If you have it on high, not only the bread will burn faster, but your cheese won't melt. Alright, now that you see that the cheese has melted nice and smooth, as we check the other side, we just kind of flip it over and you can see how nice and even brown and toasted. So we're going to transfer over to the plate. This is a nice grilled vegan cheese at its best.